Good afternoon, evening team. Day in the life of a business coach. It is Wednesday evening. Going to recount today. Here's a dose of reality. Today was not as productive as I could have, should have, would have been. And that's one of these things that business coach we try to avoid. But to be real with you, today did not end up having the power to it that I really expected. Now, a couple of things around that. I'll show you the calendar here in a second and give you an idea of what it looked like on paper. But to give you a good thorough breakdown of it, today was a planned day off for the most part. I came in today with 3 coaching calls, all of them scheduled for 1:30 or later. I knew coming in that my caregiver for my children was going to be out, so I knew that I was going to be taking care of the kids for 3 hours this morning. Didn't end up being 3 hours, ended up being far less than that. And that ended up causing some pivots. But overall, it was a day that I felt was not the most productive. I got some good things done, but I didn't spend all the time wisely. I'm going to share that with you now. So to start things off, I'm just going to kind of walk through what the day looked like at the end. I'll summarize it here at the very bottom. I worked for 7 hours today. Out of those 7 hours, I ended up having 3 reschedules. I ended up having 2 coaching calls that lasted 60 minutes. So 60 minutes of actual coaching today. 16% of my time spent with clients on the phone. I had 1 prospecting call, which lasted approximately 20 minutes. That was actually a quite positive call because I set up a keynote speech I'll be delivering in July to an organization of real estate professionals, and it's going to be for 100 to 150 people. So that's pretty cool. I like giving 45-minute keynotes. It draws lots of attention. I'll promote it all over like social media like crazy. And I'll actually get a chance to make some good new leads. The last time I gave a keynote like this, I got a major ideal client from an enterprise level deal. So very excited about giving a keynote in July. So that's 5 months out. That's booked. That's a real positive. So if there is a positive from today, I'm starting to get pretty fired up now, in fact. If there's a positive out of today, it's getting that keynote booked in July. So that's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be cool. So moving forward here on the rest of this, we have, we have learnings today. Learning, right here, that's my word, that's learning, 2 hours and 10 minutes. Here's a coaching lesson. Take note here, team. Many times, companies and individual leaders and individual producers, they want to install, implement a new program, a new system, an upgraded way of doing business. And the challenge you'll find in coaching, the pitfall, is that they always say, I don't have enough time to work on that. Say, for instance, that you're working with someone who has a very developed book of clients, and they want to scale their business up without losing quality of service. This is a coaching challenge that you'll face time and time again when you do what I do as a business coach to help people scale their business. So how do you do that? How do you help them scale the business and help them to create this project that once it's installed and implemented, it's running and they're seeing the results from it? How do you get them to actually take part in the implementation process and do the legwork up front to get to the implementation? That's the challenge. That's the part that so many of them have said forever they don't have the time to do. That's a great value add for a coach. That's a great selling point for a coach. Remember that thing you wanted to do that you've been meaning to do but you never did? I can help you do that. That's part of the selling process for a coach, is being able to plug that gap and help them own that when they do this, they're going to remove the pain. When they do this, they're going to have that tremendous uplift in their business. But we've got to get to that point where we can help them do that. So today, I spent 2 hours and 10 minutes on this for me. Talk about being coachable and doing it yourself. I finally swallowed my own medicine, took a big pill, and decided to invest. Now, I hope there's no one that's running the meeting or the company GoToMeeting out there, because they've been great to me for the last 4 years. But today I switched to Zoom. And the reasons I switched to Zoom as my telecommunications platform, I find the webcam experience better. I find the sharing the screen functionality and user interface to be easier. I find that just the features themselves are easier for me to navigate, and they're visually a little bit more appealing. That's nothing to say that GoToMeeting is bad, because GoToMeeting has been very good to me for the past few years. Very few times have there been any challenges, only the good things to say. but I switched to Zoom today. And I spent 2 hours and 10 minutes of intentional time learning Zoom, learning how to use all those buttons, and going to all my clients in the calendar and changing all of my recurring coaching calls and the ones that are just one-off and we reset them every week. Every single client today, I shot them a text. I told them they'd be getting a couple of emails that we're switching from GoToMeeting to Zoom. If they had any questions, to reach out to me. So I let all the clients know that, and then I pushed send on all of my Outlook calendar updates. And we switched to Zoom. Okay, so and another thing that happened today, since we're getting into another learning that happened today, I've been telling you about this this tripod back here behind this holding my phone. I've been telling you that it only holds things horizontally. I figured out how to make it vertical. Wow, just amazing. If you apply a little brain power, apply the brain power and it'll work. So that happened. So sidetracked. The last bucket for today is sidetracked. Wasted time? Maybe. Inefficient use of time? Probably a little bit of that. That was 2 hours of the day. That's a third of my day in business today was spent going in different directions with returning some emails and having one-off calls around things that were not around building my ideal client base, that were not around growing the practice. So that happened today as well. So overall, from the course of the day, here's what the day looked like, team. If you look at it very carefully, I have to apologize to you if you start to hear any sounds in the background. All the babies and all the little children are getting ready to come downstairs, so I'm going to try to keep this going. I'm not trying to be funny about it, but I believe there might be some funny sounds coming soon, so please bear with me. So, continuing here, the day in life of a business coach on a Wednesday. I had the kids this morning, as you can see, until around 9. They went to school, and then I had golf practice until 9:55. That's what I do every day. Remember this. You're going to see this from me every day. 2 hours a day of golf practice. And then we had the Zoom learning right here. In the middle of that, there was an 8-minute call to my assistant. We talked for 8 minutes. Okay. And then I had that prospecting call right there where we got that keynote booked. Right? And then I got the kids from school. I had a quick lunch right in the middle there. And I had another coaching call, my first coaching call of the day. And then while I was in that first coaching call of the day, the other coaching call texted me and said they just couldn't make it. They're running around too fast today. So I used that time instead to make some videos, which you can find on my YouTube channel, Coach Matt Drink On. And then right here we had, what does that say? Oh, I talked with my assistant again right there for approximately 13 to 15 minutes. Then I had another coaching call right here, which also canceled, which was frustrating, but that gave me a little bit of time to work on my YouTube channel, put a video there, Coach Matt Drink On at YouTube. Then I had my second coaching call of the day, my final one. And here we are right now. I started this video at 4:36 right now. What is it, 8 minutes in? Yeah, 4:44. So here we are getting ready to wrap up the day. So that's what happened today. I started to talk about it as if it were not a productive day. I finished this conversation once again. It's just this trigger in my brain, a tripwire that makes it so that it's impossible for me to finish my day and feel like it was an unproductive day. It's impossible to finish the day on a negative note. It's so rewired into the head by now after all the daily affirmations and all the sales, like just being a veteran of the industry and knowing how to take a no and use that as energy, right? After doing that for so long, now we're at a place where I started telling you that this was not the most productive day and ended up feeling pretty jacked about it. To be objective about it, however, it's right. I could have been better today. I will be better tomorrow. I'm going to be on site with clients tomorrow, so tomorrow is going to be a different kind of post. I'm excited to share that with y'all as well. Okay, Matt Drink On signing out. Make it a great day.